Hello, everyone. Welcome to ThNOT. Welcome to Thursday Night on Tour. If you are new here, hi, I am your host, Nick Cartell. I play Jean Valjean on the national tour of Les Miserables, and I use my Thursday nights live on YouTube to talk about all things in the show, but also behind the scenes. So introducing you to other company members within our crew, within our orchestra, talking to people within the industry, and kind of give you an overview of what this entire life in the theater is about. And today I'm very excited to have with me
Maya Renee Hunter.
That's right,
Hello.
Miss Eponine herself. And so we're gonna get right into it. I know that people have questions and they'll be popping up and we'll be answering as we go along. But Maya, let's start with you. Here you are.
Here I am.
What is your background? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so I'm from Houston, Texas. And
Love Texas.
Yes, I love it. I would go back if I could, but Houston, Texas. Anyway, so yeah, I went to school at Howard University in DC.
Right.
And now I'm here. I graduated in May 2023.
Wow.
That is almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years ago you graduated college.
Almost 2 years now. It's crazy.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Doesn't feel like it.
So what brought you to Les Mis? How did your Les Mis journey start? Because I know a little bit, but I know that some people out there might not know. So give us the Les Mis journey.
Right. So Les Mis happened. So I first got the audition for Les Mis in June of 2023. No, July 2023.
Okay.
Right before.
Come on in.
Hello.
Hello.
So I got the audition literally right before I was planning on making the move to New York City. I was currently in DC, so I was making the commute between DC and
Which
New
isn't
York.
bad. It's like a 4-hour commute.
Yeah, if you're driving, it's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
You can take the
it's not-
train
it's
and
not
it's even
terrible.
faster.
Yeah.
And so I go up there either by bus or the good old Amtrak and do my little callbacks. And then I ended up subleasing an apartment in New York City. And fun fact, I signed my lease 3 days before I got this job.
That's always the way it is. It's either
Right.
sign a lease or plan a vacation, and then you're
Or buy a car.
or buy
buy
a
a
car.
car.
Yeah, do something
Yeah.
that you're not gonna need it,
Correct. I was like,
or you won't be able to take.
Yeah. So, they definitely took my money for the broker's fee in New York City.
Oh, shoot.
Of course they did.
That's okay. That's fine. So we got that all figured out.
You're making money.
And then you got out here, and what were you doing originally when you got out here?
I was understudying. I was a temporary understudy. So
That's right.
I was only supposed to be out here from August to November of 2023.
Sorry.
August to November of 2023. That's how long I was supposed to be here. And then they were like, "You're not leaving." I was like, "Okay."
So you got extended, and then
happens a
you
lot.
were in your understudy. You were in the track that you came out to understudy. You were still in the understudy track. Made a permanent cast member, and then they needed a replacement Eponine.
They did. Well, the thing is, I was going in for the official replacement. But at the time, they really needed someone to come understudy to be a temporary cover. So I was like, sure, I would come do it. And I just so happened, like my understudy debut, one of our producers were in the audience. So talk about timing, y'all.
The rest
Talk
is
about
history.
timing.
And here you are now.
And here I am
you've been
now.
playing the role officially for over
Over a year.
year.
Since January 9th of 2023.
There it is, January 9th. I love that you know the date. I love it. January 9th, that's right.
2023.
That's right, and here we are now.
It's 2024, my bad. 2024.
Yeah.
Not 2023. I was
Yeah.
still in college then.
Yes, oh my God, you're still in college.
I was like,
Okay, so growing up, was music always such a huge part of your life, or how did you get into theater?
yeah, so I didn't get into theater until fairly late compared
Okay.
to a lot of other people. My first musical that I ever did was in junior year of high school.
Wow, okay.
And we did The Wiz. And
Oh, right.
I always knew what The Wiz was. Like, it's The Wiz. I remember finding the DVD in our media room for The Wiz, like with Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, and I was also obsessed with Michael Jackson at the time. So I was like, oh my gosh! So I watched it, and I was like, so I've always known what The Wiz was, and then my high school, I transferred to a new high school in my district. I opened up and they moved us over, and so my first year, my sophomore year, there was no musical, but our junior year, they're like, okay, you want to do a musical, so they did The Wiz that year. and I was peer pressured to audition. I was a choir
Obviously.
kid. I was a choir kid, you know.
Same.
I was in choir, you know, doing sight reading, solfege, all of that, going to all the solo and ensemble competitions, all state auditions. Who did I play in the voice? I played Dorothy. So I was peer pressured to audition.
When I think of home, I think of a place.
And they also had a flight system too. So I was flying in that production.
What?
Yes, in the tornado sequence. It was so fun.
Wow, okay.
It was so fun. I was like, oh my gosh, I like this. I love this. And then I was like, okay, wait, I think I like doing this.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
so after that, I think at that point, I kind of realized, like, oh, I like this and I can also go to school for it. So at that point, like, I was inching towards, like, changing my mind to do something more music related. At some point, I wanted to go to school for, like, music therapy.
Okay.
And then it changed to vocal performance. And I was like, oh, wait, I can do musical theater. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the
That's
rest is
amazing.
history. Yeah.
And the rest is history. And here you
Yeah.
are. So let's talk about tour.
Yes.
Let's talk about tour, because you went pretty much right from college to here.
Yeah.
So what was that shift like?
You know, I've been talking about this recently, actually, with some fellow cast members, and I think that for me, I was already in a very transitionary period of my life.
Very true.
So it was a lot easier for me to transition.
Right. You weren't settled somewhere.
Correct.
You were like, okay, well, eventually I'm going to move to New York. So I'm in
Right.
the process. And then it was like, well, my bag's already packed.
Correct. Right, exactly.
There
I
you
already
go.
had all my things in storage already from DC.
That's true.
All I had to do was figure out what to do with my car. And so
Yeah.
it could have been a lot harder, but fortunately it was a lot easier, and I'm so glad it happened that way.
Yeah.
It was like perfect like perfect timing. It was perfect timing, and so I was just a very transitionary period. I also like to travel a lot too.
There you go.
So I'm very much like, I never was that kid that got homesick at in school.
Okay,
I went to school
okay.
out of state.
Right.
Texas to DC.
Right. That is a big
Yeah,
shift.
I know, right?
That is a big shift.
So I never really got homesick.
Okay.
And also, like, a lot of my older sisters, they're also doing things away from home too. Like, I had my oldest sister at the time, she was probably she was all over the country. She was probably in Portland at the time.
Wow,
My older
okay.
sister was in London at the time. She's currently in Amsterdam. So I've grown up with a lot of, like, those close to me and going away from home and doing great things.
So you saw the benefits of that, and you saw how they grew and became
Exactly.
different people. That's amazing.
Exactly.
So I know that we're getting a lot of questions about Eponine, so let's dig right in, because I know that you all have questions. So let's talk about Eponine. Let's talk about this character that you play every night. When you were approaching this role, because I know you started it as an understudy, but now, like, how has it grown? What was your approach to start really digging into who this character was?
I would say this character is so much to dig in for her.
Yes.
I think, like, it's so easy to play Eponine as this, like, rough person, this person that has a hard exterior, but in reality, she kind of has her heart on her sleeve.
Yeah.
You know, and she has. I mean, Marius. You see the way that Marius affects her throughout the show, and it's interesting to play the duality of her, and also just, like, the human condition. It's, like, so much to examine within that. We're not just one-noted in our emotions and the way we approach things.
Right.
And so for her, that was definitely a challenge for myself as well. And also finding the toughness in her. I'm not a tough person. I'm not. I love on everyone. I'm very nice.
It's a sweetheart. It's a sweetheart.
I was voted most friendliest in elementary school. So Eponine's fighting on the street.
That's
right.
right.
Not me.
That's right.
But it's nice to play, like, an alter ego of myself.
Right. Yeah. And are you one of those? What do you think is one of the hidden qualities of Eponine that isn't transparent?
Oh, that's a great question. Ooh, the hidden qualities. Let's think about that. I'm gonna think on that for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Great question.
Hidden qualities. And then I think, like you were saying, because of the human condition and because of all of that, like, are you somebody that leaves what's going on in your life at the stage, or are you somebody that brings it into your character?
Well, I would say it depends. Like, I think that sometimes just being human, we don't want other things to, like, affect how we are at work. But I will say, on my own, it's a great song to let it out.
And this is what, because I get asked all the time, and I'm sure you've gotten asked too, how do you keep it fresh after so many performances?
Yes.
And I think that's for me is because it changes every night. The way that what we bring and what our, as human beings, what we bring into the theater, right? If we, sometimes you can't leave it at the stage door. It just permeates everything depending on what you're going through. But if you can channel that and use that in your, that's what keeps it different and fresh, because then all of a sudden you're thinking about something else and you're like, oh, that affected me totally differently. You know what I mean? So what is one of the challenges of playing Éponine?
For her, well, I would say that the same thing. Like, I've been playing it for over a year at this point, and so I think oftentimes, like, you want to avoid going into muscle memory if you that's
where it gets scary.
It gets scary, yes,
because that's when you forget your words.
Yes. It's like it feels like an itch coming on sometime. It's like, okay, I know I'm gonna forget a word in the next couple
yes
it's coming.
Yes, you're like oh god, and it makes you lock in even more, because you're like, I cannot forget a word right now.
Forget a word.
Yeah.
And then
that happened to me just the other day.
Yeah, that happened to me the other day. I said, what was it? The lyric is, in the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. I said, in the darkness, the sun is full of starlight.
Well,
hey,
the sun is a star.
The sun is right. And I was like, and our percussionist Max, he texted me. He was like, the sun in in space. I mean, it's surrounded by darkness. So I was like, yeah, right.
You're just giving off light.
Right, exactly.
And it goes by so quickly. But yeah, I think that one of the challenges is trying to keep it fresh. You know what I mean? And is there a challenge that you find for the character?
I was thinking about that. The vulnerability. I think in my personal life, I call myself an open book, but at the same time, it's like, that's not the same as being vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable.
Ooh.
You know? Eponine, there are times where, like, especially when you see her turn away from Marius, she literally just gets soft. And then Marius walks away, and it's like, now I'm vulnerable. Like, everyone sees how he's affected me, and I'm vulnerable now. Like,
and you can't show that on the streets.
You can't show that on the streets. So that's why whenever, like, in moments, for example, when the breaking of the fourth wall, like, little he knows, little he sees, or even Cosette, now I remember, Eponine talks to the audience often.
Yeah.
Throughout the show, and I find that so interesting, because I don't know any other character.
I do a lot.
You do. Okay.
I do a lot.
You do.
Yeah. Throughout the prologue, and then Who Am I is all to the audience. You know what I mean? Like that. So I feel like it's those moments where we are. I think that it's crafted in such a way. It's the moments where we are emotionally open, where we are asking questions of not only ourselves, but of the audience that is there. You know what I mean? That I think that that is where I think is where we are in that moment. There was a question that just popped up. Christy is watching and facilitating questions. If you can pop that back up. It's something that I'm struggling to blah, blah, blah. What is your favorite song in Les Miserables?
My favorite song? It changes.
Oh, okay.
Right now it's probably Stars.
Ooh.
Lately it has been Stars. It's
okay.
such a beautiful song.
It is a gorgeous song.
My favorite song to do, part of the show is The Attack on Ruth May, because I can be tough.
It's very fun.
It's so fun.
It's very fun.
Because I also like to growl a little bit if I can. Some nights. I'm like,
we have to be careful. H
you do have to be careful. Yes,
H was a week. Yeah. I'm struggling to figure out how to play her in One Day More. Do you find her to be more heartbroken about Marius or more inspired for the revolution? Ooh. We've got somebody that is getting ready to play her, I think, in a high school production.
For her, I don't think she really cares about the revolution all that much.
She's all about that boy.
She's about that boy. She wants to be where she wants to be where he is.
She wants to protect him.
Yes, and especially, like, one thing I've been playing with recently, actually, in the last week, is when I come through the marching for One Day More.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to move first, and then I try to, like, clock where he's going, and when he gets there, I'm like, oh, where are you? You're there.
See?
Because, in the word,
keeping
all
it
she
fresh
says,
and interesting.
Exactly. Because if you look at the words, all she says is one more day all on my own. What a life I might have known. She's not saying nothing about the revolution. But she's gonna be there is because she wants to be, relevant, stay relevant in his mind.
Yeah.
So she's gonna do whatever.
She's
and
gonna
if that
do,
means she's gonna be for the revolution, she's gonna be at the revolution. But the revolution is secondary, I think, for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. In prep for this, did you read the book? Did you read the book? Did you like watch any of like the movies or anything like that? Like what was actually let's go back. What was your first experience of seeing Les Mis or watching Les Mis?
I may have seen the movie before I got the job, but I don't remember it that much.
Okay.
I think I may have like seen it like on TV, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I don't remember finishing the movie. Probably didn't. Sorry. But the first time I saw the entirety of the musical is when I got this job.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know the music to Les Mis until I auditioned for it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So like fresh to you.
Fresh.
That's amazing.
So I learned the song when they sent me the packet, and I was like, "Oh, this is a fun song!" And they wanted me to sing the whole song. So
The whole song.
The whole song.
Not the cut.
Not the cut.
Not the audition cut.
Right.
The whole song.
The whole song.
Yeah.
That was for the initial.
Yeah.
Tape.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, great." So, and the turnaround was what, like 4 days for that? For the tape. For
Pretty
the
quick.
Yeah, it's fast.
So it's like memorizing.
Playing the song is 4 minutes long.
So someone has a question about the line that you do sing in One Day More, right? You sing, "What a life I might have known."
Before that?
What do you say? You say,
one more day with him not caring. What a life I might have known, but he never saw me there.
Are you singing about Marius, or are you singing about Valjean?
Marius.
But he never saw me there.
But he never saw me there. Ooh.
When I came to get Cosette. What a life I might have known, but he never saw me there.
Oh, but he never saw me there.
And her show just changed tonight.
Ooh! Ooh!
And her show just changed tonight.
You know,
you're singing about Marius at the beginning, but then what a life I might have known, but he never saw me there because I came to get Cosette.
Oh, I have chills. Because even like in the Attack on Pomay, when Cosette comes and it was the first time we come to face to face, and I already know who she is, but Cosette she's not recognized who I was until that moment. She hasn't really like clocked my presence before that. And like I look at her and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you in this lifestyle now?
Right.
Like we were just in the same place years ago.
And now.
And I mean, and it just because even in like, oh my gosh, sorry.
I'm sorry to throw that on you.
No, it's great.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah.
Because even like in heaven, I'm like, well, also like learning and trying to make sense as to why am I bringing you into heaven? He also gave me some type of the chance that he had the opportunity to give me with just the money.
Yeah.
I
did that, and then also just I think for me the reason that you're there is because of me protecting Marius, who you loved unconditionally. To love another person is to see the face of God, and that's how you saw Marius, and that's why you're there with me at the end because Marius is also there.
Right. Oh, whoever.
Now.
Yeah, I ate with that one.
Boom, mind blown.
Yeah, I ate with that one.
Now, question for you, because there is a section of the book, the yellow coat that you wear is actually from Valjean.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, there's all these parallels that these are things that I wish that there was more time in the musical. Granted, it would have been a 6-hour long. It would have been a 6-hour-long musical. Christy was the one that was like, but you never saw me either.
Oh.
It's gonna change your show tonight.
Oh, that's nice. I love that.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go. What was the first question that I asked you? What was the challenges of playing this role? What do you think is let's start there. What is one of the challenges you think of playing Éponine? You said the vulnerability, but when it comes to like, I know for me, like one of the challenges is not only trying to bring it all emotionally and vocally every night, but then also trying to pace myself through the week.
Yes.
Like doing a tour like this is strenuous. Yeah. Oh, the hidden quality.
Oh, hidden quality. That is such a great question.
What is the hidden quality?
I'm going to hold you. The hidden quality that Eponine has. Oh, wow. You got me with that question. You sure did.
That's
oh my
a good
gosh.
one.
It is a good one. I've
It's
never
a good
had to think about that question. I mean, I know like the qualities, but the hidden qualities, I feel like she's
for me, I think it's your loyalty.
loyal. But that's not hidden though.
That's not hidden. That's true.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's hidden because she's gonna do whatever for that man.
For that.
She brought a letter to the other girl that he likes.
Home.
Yeah.
To say,
found where she lives.
I'm gonna just love me even though I die.
Love
and then
me.
you took a bullet for him.
Right.
That's loyalty.
That's loyalty. You don't take a bullet for anybody.
You did.
That's right.
8 times a week.
8 times a week. Dying in that man's arms 8 times a week.
All right, so let's move on. Overall advice. There are a couple people that are playing Eponine in productions. Overall advice for playing a role like Eponine, for playing this role. What is your advice to somebody out there that is like stressing, or like, what is your advice to them if they're trying to tackle playing this role? That's the last question that we have to go. Let's do it.
Okay, so I would say definitely really look into like her arc and define that she's not the same at the end of the show. She does all these things throughout the show that changes her outlook on Marius, and also ask yourself like, why is she so committed to this, knowing that she might not get the outcome that she wants,
right?
But she's still gonna try to do whatever she can to get the outcome that she's very determined. I would say she is very. She has a very honestly, a hidden quality could be tunnel vision.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
stuck on one thing.
She's stuck on that one thing. Marius.
And she's gonna do whatever she can to show him that how much she loves him.
How much that she loves him, and also like, and constantly trying to redefine herself in his eyes too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We go.
That's hidden right there. Yeah.
And with that, we're going to say, Maya, thank you.
Thank you
Thanks for having me. This was so great.
I like this. Yay.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you have any other questions for Maya, always drop them in the comments of this video, and we will try to get your questions answered. And maybe we'll bring Maya back on to answer some other questions that you might have of Eponine. Can you please teach a seminar on this, please? This got deep. We would love to.
I know, me too. I love talking about
We'll do a
this.
Les Mis TED Talk with the cast of Les Miserables.
That's a great idea.
Okay, maybe there's something brewing there. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see y'all on Saturday night for ThNOT, and tune in next week for ThNOT, where we're gonna have probably another cast member, or maybe we'll have a producer on. Who knows? It changes every week. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you.